Welcome back to the channel where we break down today's top stories in global news. Our headline today is grabbing a lot of attention. Russia already accuses Ukraine of breaching Black Sea truce, while Putin stages chilling sub-war game. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. As of today, news outlets are reporting that Russia has officially accused Ukraine of violating the terms of the Black Sea truce. Now, the specifics of these accusations are still developing. Based on initial reports, it seems Russia is alleging that Ukrainian forces have engaged in activities that could be interpreted as hostile or provocative within the agreed-upon zones of the Black Sea. This could range from alleged attempts to interfere with Russian naval operations to accusations of deploying unmanned maritime drones in areas where they shouldn't be. It's important to remember that Russia has a history of using accusations and misinformation as part of its broader strategic objectives. Therefore, we need to look closely at the evidence, or lack thereof, that they present to back up these claims. Are they providing concrete proof, like satellite imagery or intercepted communications? Or are these more generalized statements intended to sow discord and justify their own actions? The timing of these accusations is also significant, coming relatively soon after the establishment or renewal of any truce agreement. It raises questions about Russia's commitment to de-escalation. Could this be a preemptive move to justify future actions of their own? Or is there a genuine concern from Moscow about Ukraine's activities in the region? We'll need to keep a close eye on official statements and reports from both sides, as well as independent analysis, to get a clearer picture. Predictably, Ukraine has likely responded to these accusations with either a denial or a counter-narrative. It's highly probable that Kyiv will vehemently reject Russia's claims, potentially labeling them as propaganda designed to undermine international efforts to stabilize the region. Ukraine might argue that any actions taken by its forces in the Black Sea are purely defensive and within their sovereign rights, especially given the ongoing conflict with Russia. They could point to the fact that Russia initiated the full-scale invasion and continues to occupy Ukrainian territory, including Crimea, which borders the Black Sea. Alternatively, if there were indeed some form of Ukrainian activity that Russia is pointing to, Kyiv might offer a different interpretation or justification. Perhaps they were conducting routine patrols within internationally recognized Ukrainian waters, or maybe there was an incident involving a misunderstanding or misidentification. It's also worth considering the possibility that Ukraine might remain tight-lipped initially, choosing to respond through diplomatic channels or by allowing international observers to investigate the claims. Their strategy will likely depend on the specifics of Russia's allegations and the potential implications for the Black Sea Grain Initiative, which is heavily reliant on the cooperation of both sides. Looking back at the history of this conflict, we've seen numerous instances of both sides accusing the other of provocative actions. Sorting through the claims and counterclaims is a constant challenge, highlighting the need for objective reporting and critical analysis. Now, let's talk about something incredibly important that hangs in the balance here: the Black Sea Grain Initiative. For those who might be new to this is a crucial agreement, primarily brokered by the United Nations and Turkey, that allows for the safe passage of commercial food exports from Ukrainian ports in the Black Sea. Think about it. Ukraine is one of the world's largest exporters of grain and other agricultural products. When the conflict escalated, the blockade of its ports threatened to cause a global food crisis, particularly in developing nations that rely heavily on these supplies. The Grain Initiative was a lifeline, ensuring that vital food could reach those who need it most. This agreement is inherently fragile, requiring the cooperation of both Russia and Ukraine. Russia has repeatedly expressed concerns about the implementation of the deal, often citing issues with its own agricultural exports and the flow of weapons into Ukraine. These new accusations of a truce breach could be a tactic by Russia to further pressure the international community or even to potentially withdraw from the agreement altogether. If Russia were to pull out of the Grain Initiative, the consequences could be severe. We could see a spike in global food prices, exacerbating food insecurity in vulnerable regions. It would also further damage trust and cooperation between the two sides, making any future diplomatic efforts even more challenging. The international community, particularly the UN and Turkey, will likely be working hard to de-escalate the situation and ensure the continuation of the grain initiative. Their diplomatic efforts will be crucial in navigating these new tensions and preventing a potential food crisis. This situation is developing fast, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Is Russia laying the groundwork for further escalation, or is this just another strategic maneuver in the ongoing conflict? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know your take. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for real-time updates on global events. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a critical update. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next report.